Oh, say does that star-spangled
Thanks for joining 2K Sport. Well, Richard, you filled every role in this league, from a big-time scorer to a role player. So are roles defined by this time of the year?
Yeah, they should be. Now, obviously, roles are fluid. A trade or an injury, anything can happen that can immediately change your role. Your goal is to be prepared at all times for whatever it needs to be.
Now let's take a look at the Rockets' opening lineup. Jabari Smith out there with Whitmore. Then there's LaMelo Ball. Then there's Cam Reddish. And it's Gafford in at the center position.
A cold start for them. 3 shots, 3 misses. Good thing it's early.
Ball passes to DeRozan. Goes up on the wing. Count that bucket.
Living in this area on the floor, DeRozan loves that mid-range game, and honestly, for good reason.
The crossover. Here's Ball. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
And they can breathe a little easier on their 4th shot. They finally hit the target.
Chicago with the ball. About a minute into this first quarter. DeRozan with the ball. Gafford picks him up. Gafford grabs the miss.
Give the defender credit. Willing to challenge the shot. Lots of other guys just let them score there.
Smith no good.
Still very early, but that's not the start they want. 1 for 5 shooting.
DeRozan with the bucket. DeRozan's got his second basket.
Double D has that soft touch, and it serves him well on that interior.
Here's Reddish. Misses, and you know he wants that one back.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
Now Ball. He's averaging about 6 points per game. Here's Levine for 3. Gafford grabs the miss.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
And always a fan favorite, Richard, Zach LaVine.
Most everything he does, it seems to have a little bit of flash to it. You know about the bounce. He has a high arcing shot, and he just has a flair for the dramatic and spectacular.
Outside Reddish. Pass to Gafford. Ball outside. For 3, Smith gets the 3 to fall.
Just such a smooth stroke there for Smith. Look, 10 years ago, maybe it was KD and Dirk, but we never saw a guy that height with a stroke like that.
LaVine gets the bucket.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Here's Reddish. Here's Ball. And again, it's Houston.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
LaVine passes to DeRozan. 3-pointer, no good. Houston in the lead. Lets it fly. And there's Smith. That one's good. On the assist by Ball.
Man, that jumper of Smith is so nice, and a tough one to guard at that because of his size.
And Ball throws it down.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
Let's take a look at the Western Conference standings now that the new year is upon us. You take a look at the Rockets. They've been outstanding thus far, claiming the top spot in their conference.
When I look at the Rockets, you have to really give it to them. I mean, they are backing up all the preseason hype. They've been outstanding early.
And you want to talk about hitting the ground running? They've done exactly this. And you got to give a lot of credit to their coaching staff for getting this team locked in early.
It's great to see a fantastic block on replay once again.
And that kind of rejection early on energizes your squad. The coaching staff just loves this kind of hustle.
Here's Exum. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Back to LaVine from the arc.
And I just love the energy they've showed on the defensive side of the ball, especially inside where they're putting up some major resistance.
Reddish misses. Chicago trailing here. Levine passes to Exum. Levine against Ball. Shot is good by Levine. Levine's got 5 now.
Inside the paint, Levine's agility is just a difference maker. That's what allows him to get to almost any shot.
Yeah, that one's good. Whitmore.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
Chicago has gone 1 for 5 from three-point range. A cold start. Ball looks over the floor. Offline with a 3. The Rockets have gotten 7 of 13 shots to drop. And the Rockets hit again from deep.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Levine finds Ball. Pass to Exum. Levine against Reddish. Shot clock at 5. The 3 from Ball. And it's Whitmore with the rebound. And it's Houston's ball. They're on an 18-7 run. Reddish with it. He's covered by Levine. Lets it go from 14. That one rolls around and rims out.
Slow going for him this quarter. The defense putting up a good fight.
Exum gets the bucket.
A mistake by the defense. You can't let Ball's teammates get open because he will find them.
Gafford with a screen on Levine. Here's Reddish. Inside. The kick out to Ball. And again, it's Houston.
And shooting-wise, he's been fantastic, helping to build this lead.
Levine with it. He's got 5. Offline from the high post.
No clue how he misfired on that shot. You don't see that from him very often.
Out of bounds. It'll be Bulls ball. Both teams will make substitutions. There's 21 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Grant against DeRozan. Two on the clock. That one doesn't drop. LaMelo Ball getting it done for Houston. Scoring, passing, imposing his will at the offensive. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. All right, guys, for the Rockets, what jumps out at you stat-wise?
Well, it's simple. When you can dominate the boards at both ends, you can control the second chance touches.
And rebounding numbers, sometimes we overlook them, but they can have a big effect on the outcome.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets, starting the second. We've got James Harden. Dario Saric is out there with Jeremy Grant. Then it's Jock Landale, and it's Ball in at the 1. Harden with a bucket.
You think about James Harden. Here's a guy who's played with KD, Russ, CP3, Kyrie. So many great players.
Here's Levine for 3. It's hauled in by Landale. And for the Rockets, they're shooting 59% in this one. A good average. Saric laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Saric has got his first bucket in this one.
When guys are moving the ball, sharing it, it makes the game so much more fun, both as a player and as a fan.
Oh, wasted no time on that one.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Well, Zach LaVine talked about his path to stardom. He said, quote, "I've always viewed myself as a top-tier player, and I put in the work. If you expect yourself to be here, it's something that you have to go out and show each and every day. I feel like I've done that." Brian, that confidence was there from day one.
He's big time, Allie. Thanks for that. Right. Good.
And that's how you lead a team. Literally.
The Rockets have gone 3 of 5 since the beginning of the second. Ball right side. From deep. And that one's no good. He's 5 of 7 in this one. Grant with a steal. And they're running. It's good. And the assist that time from Ball. Grant's got his first 3 points of the game. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Rockets?
From the very start of this game, they have been giving the ball handlers trouble, using good pressure to force turnovers and get steals.
And also, I haven't seen a lot of resistance from the defense when it comes to limiting their points in transition.
Now a timeout called by Houston. Chicago making some changes. Exum's checked in for Bamba, and it's Ball in for Dosunmu. Whitmore's checked in for the Rockets. Reddish comes in for James Harden. Levine with a steal. Here's Exum. Boom! He jams it straight down.
And he's talked about wanting to improve his all-around game. Levine demonstrating just how unselfish he is with that great pass.
Pass to Whitmore. Ball against Ball. Outside for Grant. Back to Ball. Grant the screen. Lets it go. And Ball gets it to go. Ball's got 13 now. All right, Grant, I'm going to ask you to put on your executive hat now. Tell us what the key is to establishing culture at an NBA organization.
Ooh, BA. Culture, structured accountability. It's about getting the right group of guys, having strong leadership. And, of course, it only works if the coaches and players fully buy in. If they just continue to dominate the boards.
And here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Ball against Ball. Levine passes to Ball. Pass to Exum. Clock at 6. And Chicago again with a bucket.
They didn't do themselves any favors with their shooting in the first quarter, but they're starting to pick it up now.
Here's Reddish. Yes, sir, and it's Ball with the assist that time. Ball's got 8 assists in the game. Timeout called here. Chicago decides to talk it over. We see a ton of teams shooting more and more threes nowadays. Here are the best in that department. The Rockets, number 1.
Having the shooters they have, the best three-point shooting team in the league, it opens up the whole court by stretching the defense out.
Here's White. It's tipped. Here's Grant. Lays it up and banks it in. And now it's an 11-point Houston lead.
Look at how Grant attacks the interior, doing what it takes to get a high percentage shot.
Ball finds DeRozan. Uncovered. It's rebounded by Houston.
And the defense gets bailed out by the miss. He usually converts that.
Well, Richard, when you talk about great scorers, DeMar DeRozan doesn't always get the credit he deserves.
Yeah, he should really get more praise than he does, Brian, especially when you consider how incredible he is from the mid-range.
And there's Saric on the assist by Whitmore. Saric has got 7 now in this quarter.
They are passing the ball around tremendously right now.
White on the wing. 1:19 left in the first half. Pass to Exum. There's a screen. Puts it up. It's hauled in by Saric.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Reddish misses.
He hasn't had his best game, but they've gotten enough production elsewhere, so it hasn't really mattered.
Here's DeRozan. DeRozan with the power move.
From the wing position, DeMar DeRozan is one of the best at finishing through contact.
43 seconds left in the first half. Here's Reddish. Knocks down the long J. Reddish has got 7 points.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
To the inside. White against Reddish. White the pass to Ball. DeRozan outside. Shoots over Grant. And DeRozan gets it to go. Give him 8 points now.
And their shots are dropping with more consistency now.
And Grant gets it to go. And the Rockets lead by 14.
The inside defense gets right up on Grant, but he stays cool and finds a way through to his finish.
DeRozan deciding where to go with it. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so it's Houston, a sizable lead of 14 at the break. They hold a real solid lead right now. Love their approach tonight. More 2K action in just a moment.
Welcome, everybody. The story at the half could be summed up as a dominating performance for the Houston Rockets.
I like the way they've attacked the boards. I guess when you control the glass, it really helps you control the flow of the game.
And those extra possessions can add up quickly in the scoring column. All right, and now time to give some recognition. Players of the month. And in the West. And that is going to do it for us. Let's get back to some second half action with Brian Anderson and company.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it's been a runaway. You look at LaMelo Ball in this game. He's been everywhere.
And given that he's just delivered a double-double through 2 quarters, I'm excited to see his stats at the end of the night.
But I don't think that that's the most important thing to him. Sure, putting up big numbers doesn't hurt, but he's all about getting the win over everything else.
Ball runs point with Levine flanking him. Then it's DeMar DeRozan, and it's Exum in at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. For 3, Smith. And it's Chicago with a board. And at home for the next game, it'll be New York pulling in to face him. Pass to Exum. Back to Levine. Gafford grabs the miss. Gafford's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Reddish. Drills it from deep. Reddish has got 10 points in the game.
If you get any space, LaMelo will find you, so be ready.
And the foul called on Cam Reddish. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And with a little over a minute gone by, the second half is underway. Ball passes to DeRozan. With the teardrop.
That's not how you want to come out of the break. 3 straight misses. They need to settle in quick.
And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. DeMar DeRozan picks one up.
Man, good whistle there.
First free throw is good.
At the line for the Rockets.
He's perfect from the line this time. Now here's Ball. No made baskets yet. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
Yeah, Coach no doubt wants to use this timeout to review the matchups and maybe make some adjustments as well.
I'm sure all of the above is in order, and you can never be too content.
On defense, the Rockets. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. Gafford grabs the miss. Gafford's got his 8th rebound here tonight.
An ominous start to the second half. They are now 0 for 4.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, through NBA Africa, the league is putting a lot of resources into growing the game there. Hall of Famer Dikembe Mutombo is an investor, and he said, "It's always been my dream since I got into the league. I want to see the NBA on my continent. Africa's a place full of treasure, and I'm happy to see it taking place." Brian?
Outstanding. Look forward to that. Thanks, Allie. And Ball gets it to go.
The defense is nowhere to be found guarding the three-point shot.
Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
To stop the run. The Rockets pull it in.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Reddish on the wing. Back to Ball. There's the triple. And the Rockets hit again from deep.
Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for Chicago. They're scoreless since the first half. Chicago calls timeout. And In terms of assist numbers, these are the players that have stood out over the past month. LaMelo Ball, #1. James Harden, 3rd.
Both guys are incredibly unselfish and make their teammates better. What more can you ask for?
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the 3rd quarter. Smith against DeRozan. Pass to Ball. Here's Exum. Shot clock at 6. Launches a 3. Connects from downtown. Exum's got 10.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
Ball passes to Gafford. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Yeah, what a creative player in these pick and rolls. Ball takes pleasure dicing up defenses like this.
Looking to get back on track. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Big time effort on the glass.
And when you have a touch that soft, those tip-ins are easier to make. Just over 3.5 minutes through the 3rd. And it's good. 2 points. Ball's got 8 here in this quarter.
Credit them for making the right halftime adjustments.
Oh, yeah, I can't agree more. They haven't missed.
Levine with a screen on Gafford. DeRozan against Smith. From about 19. It's rebounded by Houston. Gafford's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. 17-foot shot on the way. Oh, powered down with both hands.
So good off the glass. Smith Jr. with the putback. Got to put a body on this man.
Chicago is gone, only 1 of 3 from deep here in the 3rd. To the middle. And down it goes. Dumped it through off a beautiful setup.
He gives up a bit of size at the center position, but his leaping ability, well, let's just say that makes up for it.
Grant's checked in for the Rockets. Harden comes in for LaMelo Ball. The 3 is up. It's hauled in by Exum. And for the Bulls, they're shooting a less than average 27% in the 3rd quarter. And Harden gets it to go on the assist from Grant. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Rockets.
They've been defending with excellent anticipation all game long. Just look at how many times they've managed to get their hands on the ball.
Yeah, one thing I think they should continue doing is attacking the break. Because right now, this defense has no answer for them when they do this.
And Ball gets it to go.
Look at how deliberate Ball is on the drive. He's fully invested in finding his finish.
Smith outside. And again, it's Houston.
Assist from James Harden.
51 seconds left in the 3rd quarter here. White against Reddish. Here's Lucas. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a 3-point play.
Lucas. One shot.
Houston has gotten 12 of their points this quarter from deep. 4 of 6. Here's Harden. Misses off the left iron. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Dosunmu. Here's Lucas. Covered by Smith. Grant against White. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Dosunmu. The 3. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Smith's got 6 rebounds here tonight. No good on the 3. And as we conclude the 3rd, pretty much a blowout here. It's been a one-sided affair. Rockets ahead, just dominating this one. And when we return, we'll get the 4th quarter rolling here on 2K Sports. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
That wasn't a better pass in the game, almost like he had a 6th sense.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. Fourth quarter on the court for the Rockets. Dario Saric is out there with Jock Landale. Then it's Jeremy Grant. Then it's James Harden. And it's Hield in at the 2 spot. Pass to White. Elbow shot. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Wing shot on the way. Landale misses. Well, the Bulls shooting 40% from the field in this one. To the paint. Here's Lucas. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
It's nice to see they're not settling for three-pointers. These guys are putting in the work inside.
And Hield puts up a deep 3. It's hauled in by Lucas. White against Harden. Here's Dosunmu. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. And to even things out for free agents from year to year, the league now has something called cap smoothing.
In the past, free agents in a year with a big cap spike would get a lot more money than free agents in the other years. This is an attempt to even it out so we don't have the same thing happen back in 2017.
White drives in. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Rockets. Here's what the Houston Rockets have lined up on their schedule. On Wednesday, they continue the road trip, heading out to Cleveland to take on the Cavaliers. And then Friday, they head back home to host the Washington Wizards.
And for that game against the Heat, anything can happen in the NBA. But they'll be a heavy favorite, and it would take a total meltdown for them to lose.
You don't see a ton of mid-range jumper from Harden, but he's great from distance.
On the wing, Levine. Off target from three-point range. And here's Harden. He'll bring it up for Houston. Hield from outside. The shot no good. The Bulls have gotten just 1 shot to fall out of 3 attempts in the fourth. White. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. James Harden picks one up, and R.J. Parody has been a league gold. Last season was as closely contested as we've seen in recent memory.
Yeah, hopefully it's a sign of things to come, and with the new CBA, I think it will. While super teams do capture the imagination, I think a healthy competition is always for the best.
Here's Harden. Cash money from 16 feet away.
They're going old school out there now, working the mid-range part of the floor.
White on the wing, defended by Harden. Here's Lucas. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Lucas has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Grant against Levine. From 17, and Grant gets it to go.
Extremely accurate from that area. Grant knew that was going in as soon as it left his fingers.
White against Harden. Back to White. And Richard, you played for 8 different teams, but what was your favorite city in the NBA?
It wasn't any of the places that I played. I love LA, I love Miami, I love New York, love me some Toronto. But my favorite place was Phoenix.
Chicago's gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Dosunmu. Back to White. Down low. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
Oh, what tremendous focus to absorb the contact and find a way there to finish.
Brown, he's checked in for the Rockets.
Staring at this deficit, they're trying to be more aggressive and get themselves to the line.
Ball against Harden. Outside Hield. Launches it. Yes, and a nice assist from Harden.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
Levine gets the bucket.
The response. Levine hitting that 3 right back at you.
The shake. Here's Saric. Up top, Harden. Over Ball. Harden can't hit. Chicago has gone 1 for 3 in the fourth quarter from range. Here's Levine for 3. It's hauled in by Šarić. Šarić has got rebound number 7 tonight. Three-pointer, Harden. He buries it from 3.
Scans the floor, runs the picks. Harden executes nicely.
Outside LaVine. 1:31 left in the fourth. Tries to break his ice. And it's DeRozan missing. Houston has gone 3 of 6 from downtown so far in the fourth.
Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the Rockets.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
And for the year now, they've chalked up 35 wins.
And against a non-conference opponent, you really want to win the first one. They'll go into the next one knowing how to beat this team for sure.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for LaMelo Ball.
We certainly got to see his best effort on offense, attacking the defense without fear and grabbing a lot of buckets.
They really came in with the right mindset today. I can guarantee you their flight home will be filled with some smiles.
And as it should be, to be this dominant on another team's floor, look, when you go home, you're going to go home feeling good.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Yeah, he might have been feeling himself a little too much on that one. He can hit it, but not consistent.
Man, he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
And he drops the first. Off on that one, so he goes 1 out of 2 at the line. And here's Harden. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. And it's Hield, missing. LaVine against Harden. Takes a step back. Here's LaVine. And so it's the Rockets taking care of business in this one. A statement road victory. So impressive.
Statement indeed, B.A. It was in enemy territory, but they controlled the game and took the crowd completely out of it. That's how you win on the road.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. This is Brian Anderson saying thank you for tuning in as we present our New Balance Player of the Game, LaMelo Ball.